What is up, everybody? It is Dirty and
DZAN. What is going on, people? Welcome to episode 40. Today is Wednesday, April 13th, but for you, Friday the 15th. Dirty D, what a card we had last weekend.
What a fucking card, brother. What a card.
My God. Look, man, let's not waste any time. If you guys love the content we do here on this channel, you see that like button, smash that bitch. Comment down below with your thoughts on what we're talking about today. And if you're new, subscribe as well. Thank you guys for supporting and liking the content every week. We truly appreciate it.
Before we get into this, because we have so much to uncover, I just feel as though we would be remiss if we didn't mention this. R.I.P. to Dwayne Haskins, Dewey Haskins, Pittsburgh Steeler quarterback, drafted by Washington, played his college career in OSU. A very, very good quarterback, college good quarterback. Struggled a little bit, with Washington or whatever, but there was a lot of belief in the Steelers locker room that, he was going to be able to turn it around. He was on an invite by Mitch Trubisky, and they, Deontay Johnson, and a couple others decided to stay back. Chase Claypool, Najee Harris, they went down to kind of work out together a little bit. They went out for an evening, and Najee had to pull over on the side of the road, and he got out of his car and he was clipped by, and this happened like about 45 minutes south of here. Yeah. And it clipped him, and boy, it's just heart-wrenching story. And his wife, Kabalia, I think it's pronounced. Now she's by herself in the world, and it's just so many sad instances from this. He's 24 years old, and it just wrenches my heart. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with him being a Steeler. It's heart-wrenching. At the end of the day, a 24-year-old man with so much ahead of him. And whether he was going to become a star in the NFL or not, it doesn't matter. The fact is that he had plenty of money. Yeah. He was going to be able to do what he wanted in life. And that's taken away. And it's just terribly sad. And I didn't want to end it on a downer, so I figured we might as well hit it up front here and start it on a downer and just keep going down from here.
Hey, you said it. You said everything perfectly. Rest in peace. Absolutely. First things first, that I wanted to say when we're getting into UFC 273 is, for the love of God, Aspen Ladd made weight. Ladies and gentlemen, Aspen Ladd made weight. It was 136, but she made it. That's right. She made it. Let's talk about Kay Hansen losing her third in a row on the prelims. Also missing weight by 3 pounds. She came in at 118. Let's hope she's not cut. She's a great prospect. I don't know, but 3 in a row. What are your thoughts?
Dana, man. He usually doesn't hesitate. If it's an OG or some kind of legend in some way, you get a lot more leniency. But
yeah, and her first win, it was a comeback, underdog finish where she was losing that fight anyways. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then to lose 3 in a row, it doesn't look good for Kay. But I love Kay. Let's hope for the best. A lot of people were talking shit like Kay will get cut, but Smiling Sam Alvey will get 6 more. Hey, how about you fuck off a Smiling Sam Alvey? Okay.
Right on.
He deserved those 6. All right.
Yes, he did. Hey, all right. I love Smiling Sam Alvey, man.
I love him.
He's a fucking legend, and he's just so entertaining. And absolutely. If you don't love Sam Alvey, man, there's something wrong with you, man.
Stupid, man. Yeah, absolutely. Talking about legends, Cub Swanson versus Hung Choi in the fucking. I mean, come on, the Korean Superboy and Cub Swanson making it into the fight wing. Well deserved. Well deserved.
DZAN reached out to me, you guys, and he was so stoked about the card, the prelims, the early prelims. I think he was as stoked about those as he was the main card.
Yeah, man. I was so fucking pumped. This was a great card from bottom to the top. It was so good. It delivered, man.
It sure did.
It delivered. Yeah. We got a fight of the year on this fucking card, guys. And if I have to tell you, get the fuck off of the channel. All right. No. Say subscribe. All right. The Mackenzie Dern fight was amazing. I love Mackenzie Dern. I don't know if I agree with the decision on the split versus Tisha, but what a fucking fight.
It was 13 a great fight,
submission
regardless.
Attempts. Woo! Yeah. It was a technical, I love it. Technical warfare, always amazing.
And DZAN and I, before that one, we were both kind of back and forth on who we're going to go with, because we made our picks and everything, but
so tough.
First of all, when you're making picks on Wednesday, you don't you don't know who's making weight.
Yep.
You don't know what's going to transpire. There's so much that can happen in between. So how
many times have we made a pick dirty and a fight has been canceled and replaced?
Oh yeah,
and
I know. I mean, that's why. Yeah,
that's what happens, man. That's what happens.
UFC is tough to do. Yep.
Fucking A.
Yeah, and I was trying to make money on this damn card. There was
we were talking money. About that.
There's no money to be made on this card. Man, everybody was a plus 500, plus 800. I mean, it was
like way too close to get anything
or that, right?
Yeah, man. But it kind of not really well deserved, I guess, in some of the fights, but mainly it paid out the way that they thought it was going to, for sure. Marco Madsen getting his win, maintaining his unbeaten streak, not the way he wanted to. I didn't look. We went into this not knowing who Vince Pichel is. And what a warrior he was too, and what a great fight for him on his debut. We had a lot of great fights. This guy that came in on 8 days short notice, I'm so sorry I forgot his fucking name already, but came in 8 days short notes for his fight. And it was his debut and he fucking won, and it was a great fucking fight. I think it was the first fight of the night. But let's not waste any more time, man. Let's talk about the fight of the fucking year. Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns. The man is human. The man is human. But he's still fucking amazing.
Yeah, but it goes to show you how many times have we talked about levels, man. Levels. There's levels to this shit.
Yep.
And I was concerned about this at the very beginning with him. If you remember this.
Right.
And then he kind of pulled me away from that philosophy.
Yep.
And then lo and behold, he fights somebody at that level.
Yes.
And made him look very human.
Yes.
And still gangster. But it does give me a little pause for the Kamaru Usman talk.
Right. Me too.
Quite frankly, going into it, I was convinced that he would be able to take Kamaru, but
see, and I was going to defend us 2 weeks ago. I remember you and I saying, we know he's running through everybody, but is he Kamaru ready? We weren't sure. I remember not being completely sure. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I did kind of, you're right. Go ahead.
Well, no. But the reality is that he is human, and
right.
And Kamaru is a beast, and it's definitely, before Saturday's fight, I was convinced that Khamzat was going to be able to just manhandle Kamaru.
Right.
I am not convinced of that.
As said in last week's video. Right, man. Yeah, we did. I thought, you know what? Second round knockout. That was going to be it. And honestly, I was going off of Kamaru Usman's fight with Gilbert Burns.
Sure.
And now, and that really kind of brings in full circle what Francis Ngannou tweeted and said, look at the fight with Khamzat and Burns, and it tells you how good Kamaru Usman is. Look at the fight with Burns and Usman. Now,
That's real.
of course, devil's advocate right here, devil's avocado. I'm going to say Gilbert Burns and Usman trained together for a very long time. So he had the book on Burns a little bit on that one. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of it, in my opinion.
Yeah. So we'll, table that one a little bit. But I will say before this fight, I thought he'd run through Burns and Colby easily. And now I'm stressing a little bit. I don't know if I believe the gas tank of Colby is the best weapon against Khamzat right now. We know
now that we've seen Saturday,
exactly.
You know that, right?
We're getting, and again, and this is what we say about every great fighter that gets shot like a fucking rocket. Every fight, another fighter is able to download a little bit more of that lore. Let me get a little bit more so I know how to break you down. The only fighter the only fighter that we know to ever break this code is John Jones. That's the only fighter that we know of that has broken that so far.
You always make me so damn proud.
Oh man, thank you, Dirty D. Thank you. Before we move on from this fight, I want to say fucking A, shout out to Dana White for saying that this fight was so good. Gilbert Burns is also getting his show and his win bonus. Fucking A. I mean, that is amazing. These guys,
it was an amazing fight.
Got paid out amazing. And I will be, let's see what this year obviously brings. But so far, this is 100% fight of the year. Fight of the year.
I'm with that.
All right, Dirty D. I'm going to let the people in a little bit. I'm going to be breaking the fourth wall a little bit. Okay.
Uh-oh. I
texted Dirty D and I said, Dirty, are we going to look stupid on Saturday? Because after watching the, I think it was the weigh-in show.
Yeah.
Aljamain, his demeanor, his tone, the way he was speaking, I felt it. He looked different.
Before you finish that, let me in.
Okay. Let me just say this real quick. I saw an Aljamain that destroyed Corey Sandhagen. That's who I saw. Okay. I haven't seen that Aljamain in a little while. It's been a little while. Go ahead and butt in.
Yeah. I didn't bite on that. And the reason being is because 9 times out of 10, when you're in a bar, the guy that's barking the loudest is the one that's most afraid.
Right.
And he was way, way over the top. He was overcompensating like I haven't seen in the UFC for a while. I do believe he was scared, and I that hasn't changed my thought. That's how people that are scared act.
Right. Okay.
So that didn't brush me away in any way. What I didn't factor in was because obviously we both picked Peter
we both picked Yan. Yeah.
But what I didn't factor in was Piotr Yan, whatever you want to. But I was disappointed in his performance, quite frankly.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, I thought he was going to be, and I think it was Bilal who tweeted, Aljo is fighting with his brain, Yan is fighting with anger. You know what I mean?
And that was the second part to what I was going to say. Is there's another thing that goes along with the way Aljo was acting, especially at the presser, where you're basically you're doing exactly that.
Right.
So you have 2 major factors going into this that even if I said it today, I would still have said Piotr Yan over Aljo. Now, given the information that we have, which is Aljo beat him, I don't know that I'm a believer anymore at all in Piotr Yan. That was so ripe for the taking for him, in my opinion. I always shy away from fighters that do what he was doing at the press conference. I run away from those guys because
you're talking about Aljo or Piotr?
Yeah, Aljo.
Oh yeah. Oh
every
yeah, 100%.
single time, 99 times out of 100, there's your loser that's
Right.
acting like that.
Right. Okay. But but I saw the weigh-in show and I
Mhm.
agreed after the press conference. And that's when we had our podcast. Like it was definite. Like this dude's a fucking loser. He's going to be going down at the weigh-in show. I didn't see this. I want to be Triple C cringy. He was very serious. He was very emotional. And I was like, that's weird. I feel like I'm seeing a real Aljo stripped of that, little shit over there. I mean, let's be real. We saw the best Aljamain Sterling. That was 100%. Okay. He had the best back control I've seen in a very long time. I saw it 2-2 after 4.
And control of that too.
Yeah. I saw it 2-2 after 4. And I did believe Jan got the 5th, but I don't think it's an outrage to say that Aljo won at all.
Because I think Aljo won, but
yeah, and I mean Dana White to say that the judges blew that one. I don't think they blew it. Let's not talk about your champion that way, right? Do I agree with the decision? No, Sal D'Amato sucks. I don't agree with the decision, but it's not a robbery like I tweeted drunkly or like I put on my story very drunkly. All right.
Attaboy.
So let me just back that one up a little bit. I did think Jan went 1, 1, 4, and 5, but if we're really deciding on one round, I think everybody was just thinking round 1, was the deciding factor. Then you didn't beat the champion in my eyes. You know what I mean? And we'll just leave it at that. You know 100. What I mean? All right. Now we got our title fight. The other title fight coming up, Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. And holy shit, is Volk just on another planet?
And he is, and I do not want to take away from him. Okay.
Because what happened?
No, I just I felt as though going into that fight that Korean Zombie had been hit one too many times.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I see what you mean.
Is
accumulated damage, right?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much. Once somebody gets punch drunk, man, it just doesn't take much anymore. And
I see what you mean.
But I hesitate to say that because what Volkanovski did in that fight was nothing short of amazing.
Right.
But I temper my feelings about it a little bit because of that. You know
because of that. And that's very fair. That's very fair. Look, Volkanovski's, his reads though, they're at like Connor Adesanya level. They are fucking picture perfect. The way he's able to read that shit. I mean, 3-0, lock that down. I'm glad that Herb stopped it in the beginning of the 4th, but it definitely could have stopped sooner. I think it would have been a bit controversial, obviously, but it stopped. I think it stopped when it needed to stop.
In typical Herb Dean fashion, perfect stoppage in my opinion.
Yeah. Herb Dean does get a lot of shit as of late. And he has made a couple questionable mistakes.
Of course lately, he has. He's a human being.
But you know what? When you're the top dog, your mistakes are seen with a much bigger microscope. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
and he has so few of them.
Yeah.
He just always gets a pass from me because they're human beings. It's a referee. It's a judge. They're all of the above. They're human beings at the end of the day.
It's a split second decision. And to get it right 9 times out of 10, you're one of the greatest in my book.
Absolutely.
Brett Akamoto said Sean Shelby went up to TJ Dillashaw and said, "You tell me when you're next. You're next. You tell me when you're ready." And you know what TJ said? "I'll be ready by October, but he's the champion. You tell me when he's ready." I like that. I feel bad for Jan a little bit, but that's definitely going to be the next fight. Dana confirmed it. Basically, they're like, do you give Jan the 3rd after this one's so close?
Well, he cut a promo as soon as the fight was over.
He's I think you do the TJ fight, which I mean, that's definitely next. So that being said, I cannot wait to see TJ versus Jan 2023. All right, man. Dana in the post-fight press conference, he announced Joanna versus Yan Wei Li is going to be a rematch. It's booked. Might be 5 rounds, purely based on the last performance from both fighters. We'll see. It's booked for 275 on June 11th. That was the biggest thing. I
cannot believe that you have yet. I don't know what's going on with you anymore, man.
What did I do? What did I do now?
Well, we led to this whole UFC discussion off, and you have yet to mention the GOAT
Artem,
coming
what
back.
happened?
No.
Oh, no. That is next. Don't you take that from me. Don't you take that from me. That is next on my list. Because now we're done with the press conference. All right.
All right.
Jesus.
I won't take it from him.
He's about to take my thunder. No.
I'm not going to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Triple C is officially in the USADA testing pool. And he's coming back, bitch.
Oh,
Give us 6 months. Yes.
God
yes.
help us. You thought
Volkanovski.
Aljo was bad.
Volkanovski, you're done, bro. You're done. Triple C's coming for you.
Well, he's already chasing him away because Volkanovski's talking about going to 155.
Oh, let's talk about that. Wait, hold on. Don't take him away from Henry real quick. I
stand corrected. You are absolutely right. I stepped all over the champ there.
Bend the knee, Dirty D, to Triple C. All right, that's all I had to say. I had to be a little cringy for
I don't
him.
wear rings, but yeah.
I am excited though. He did say that he'd take on any competitor. I mean, let's just see what happens. Dana White does not want this man in his company. Let's be honest.
No, he doesn't.
It's like that pesky mouse that you just can't get rid of because they have a contract. You know what I mean? Oh man. Oh, beautiful thing.
Yeah, you guys thought Aljo was bad.
Oh,
I cannot imagine
this is what he learned from.
Triple C is going to be like on a comeback.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's going to be pillows are going to be made. Stuffed animals are going to be made to kick. Think of clever names that he can rhyme with them. It's going to be fantastic. I'm excited.
NFTs and
I am so
all kinds
excited.
Of shit.
Triple C in 2023. I can already hear it. All right. Here we go, guys. Ultimate Fighter 30 teaser trailer also dropped on 273. Pena versus Nunez going down May 3rd. Looks like we're getting a male and a female division popping off in the Ultimate Fighter. I always like the mixed seasons. They're pretty dope. So one of my favorites, of course, Ronda Rousey, Misha Tate had one of the best mixed gender seasons. Fantastic. I'm really excited for that. Don't really have any thoughts on it yet because honestly, they gave us a few, pictures here and there. That's it. No, nothing in detail. That's why it's called a teaser, people. I just wanted to, get it out there that we do know that it's out there. So there it is. May 3rd. We are aware. One last thing before we hop off here and jump into music real quick. I want to say Cesar Gracie tweeted. He went on Instagram and posted, look out for Nick Diaz fighting out again this late this year. I honestly thought he was done after giving up in the Lawler fight. What are your thoughts, Dirty? And who do you want to see him fight against? I mean, I don't want to see him fight anybody. Me either. We had Masvidal call him out. We had, him after beating Nate. And then of course, the MMA community is saying Connor. I don't think that Nick needs to come back. I think that he should be done. But this 100%. Has got a lot of traction this week. So yeah, I know. I and my feelings about the Diaz brothers. I love the Diaz brothers. Yep. Fuck they fucking Diaz brothers. But I do love them. Yeah. Nick, it was over 5 years ago. Yeah, and after seeing that last fight, it was almost heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. It made me very emotional to have him shake his head no. I never thought I'd see the day that I would ever see a Diaz give up, let alone Nick. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, me either. It gets kind of sick. Look, guys, this is a nice, short and sweet one for you guys today. But before we jump out, man, DZAN, I have to dissect one of the best verses I've heard this year. Okay. I did hear the Gangsta Grillz mixtape with J. Cole and Dreamville D-Day, right? The very first song, Stick. Holy shit. Okay. J. Cole, I mean, it's almost like he's doing it for his album. That's what I fucking love about J. Cole. And one thing specifically that made me keep the song on repeat is cadence and the way he delivered his flow. Dirty D has not heard this, so he has no idea what I'm talking about. But let me just say, this man for 12 straight bars rhymed the AAE sound, right? Then he switched it up into an ORN sound, right? just for 2 bars, ended it with the AAE. I mean, the way he structures it, it's on that level, you know what I mean, of an M, of a Tech 9, so thoughtful and intricate way of bringing the rhyme back after you think you've forgotten about it and you hear it again and you're like, oh shit. It makes you feel like it's rhyming off of the OON sound because of the way he brings it back and the cadence. And not only does he do this trick with the syllables, but he's changing the flow every 4 bars. Okay. So you're getting 4 different flows with different cadences in those flows, but they're all keeping the same rhyme structure. It's on a writing level that you would see in class. You guys in writing classes in college, they do, you know, shit where they break down some rappers. They've broken down To Pimp a Butterfly's verses from Kendrick. Of course, one of the most popular ones was To Lose Yourself with Eminem. The way that they break down the rhyme schemes and how he builds stanzas and kind of the effortlessness it looks like, but when you see it on page, how intricate it really, really is, and smooth, it just pours out on a track. And this is what I mean by replayability. If you ever hear me say it's got replayability, it's the way that they're able to structure the verse in a way that it's addictive. It makes you want to hear it again and again and again. This was album Cole, and he did it on a fucking mixtape. I am so excited. It makes me feel like it was like leftover verses. You know what I mean? But it played so well with what they were talking about in the song that there was no way that was a possibility. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had to gush about that quickly because it was just so amazing. It's the one song on there that I play over and over and over. I've listened to the mixtape twice now. That song about 7,000. So it's so good, man. I can't wait for you to hear it. You guys, if you have not heard it yet, go check it out, D-Day, so you can hear what I am hearing in my face. All right, Dirty D. That's all I had. Is that all you got, Dirty D?
That's all I got, brother.
Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Like this video if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below if you haven't. What have you been doing? Just watching us talk? Fucking comment. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Peace.